Wreck-It Ralph 2 has quickly become one of the most anticipated animated films of 2018, considering how overloaded the trailers are with references. Seriously, like so many references. We imagine people will be hunting for Easter eggs long after the movie comes out. But with all of the cool stuff crammed into the trailer, it was the Disney princess cameos that completely blew up the internet. Possibly even more epic than all the video game cameos in the first film.
And I say, Zangief, you are bad guy. But this does not mean you're bad guy.
With all of these Disney princesses that showed up, it had us wondering, did they forget any? Hey everybody, I'm Jacob Brubaker with Wicked Binge, and today we're answering that question. Did Disney forget any princesses? For that matter, what's the criteria to be a Disney princess? Are there any characters that didn't quite make the cut, but should? We'll take a look. But before we do, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notifications whenever we upload. Let's get started. What makes a Disney princess? First, these aren't our rules, these come from the mouse himself. Here's the criteria for being a Disney princess according to Disney. First, she must be an animated character in a Disney movie. Pretty straightforward. She must be human or human-like. She has to be royal, marry royalty, or alternatively, perform an act of heroism. Next, she must not be introduced in a sequel, which narrows things down quite a bit. And finally, although it's kind of a cheap one, she must be in a movie that did well at the box office or had substantial success. With all that laid out, what princesses are in Wreck-It Ralph 2? Well, let's take a look. Belle, Cinderella, Snow White, Aurora, Ariel, Pocahontas, Jasmine, Merida, Rapunzel, Elsa, Tiana, Moana, Anna, and Mulan. All of these characters meet the criteria for Disney princesses that we laid out, some likely being the reason for some of the more specific rules. For instance, Ariel being a mermaid still counts because Disney accepts human-like characters, and Mulan isn't technically a princess, but she performed a great act of heroism, so she's still given the title. But what characters, if any, are missing? Were they missing despite meeting the Disney princess criteria, or did they come up a bit short?
I need somebody who can handle him as a man.
Hey, I've sworn off manhandling.
Megara. We're gonna start with a strong contender. Yeah, get it? Because Hercules, strong. Anyways, Megara from Disney's 1997 Hercules. Why wasn't she included in the Wreck-It Ralph 2 trailer? After all, she's clearly a princess, the eldest daughter of King Creon in Greek mythology, and if we're going strictly by Disney canon, she married Hercules, the son of Zeus and Hera, which makes her royalty. So, she's a princess, right? Well, unfortunately, that little rule Disney seemed to add last minute boots Megara off the list of official Disney princesses. Hercules did not do particularly well at the box office. Although the film is looked at quite favorably, along with several other Disney Renaissance-era films, it just didn't have the financial success as most other Disney movies. For that reason, Megara seems to have gotten the boot from the official list, which is a bummer, because her smart, sassy, and overall sarcastic attitude has made her a fan favorite for many. Considering her story arc is a lot different in comparison to most Disney princesses, we suppose it makes sense. But still, couldn't it have been cool to see her brought back and redesigned along with all the others?
You fight almost as well as a man.
Funny, I was going to say the same thing about you.
Esmeralda. Okay, we know she isn't a princess, but technically neither was Mulan, and she was given the title for performing an act of heroism that saved China. Esmeralda is the hero of Paris who saved Quasimodo and her people from Frollo. She also has a lot of other Disney princess attributes. She's beautiful, smart, and even sings. So why wasn't she included? Was it because her actions weren't as heroic as Mulan's? Or maybe Hunchback just wasn't as successful as a film as all the others? What do you think? Did Esmeralda deserve the title and place in Wreck-It Ralph 2?
You do swim, do you not?
Oh, I swim pretty girl. Pretty good.
Princess Kida, the warrior princess in the amazing Atlantis, the Lost Empire. Royalty, check. What's the problem? Well, Princess Kida was designed to be a very different type of character from the start, being presented as a more warrior than princess. But that shouldn't matter, right? The truth is, Atlantis didn't have the success most Disney films have. It made money, but nowhere near as much as you'd expect a Disney film to. And although most people enjoyed it, it didn't have the same following as movies like The Little Mermaid, Frozen, or Aladdin. Odds are, Disney made a judgment call and sent Princess Kida the way of Megara. Given the fact that Atlantis, the Lost Empire, is considered incredibly underrated, we're sure many people would have loved to have seen Princess Kida included.
I don't know who you are or where you came from. But from now on, you do as I tell you, okay?
Princess Leia. Alright, we know this one is a stretch. Mainly because she didn't become a Disney character until literally decades after her creation, when Disney bought Star Wars. But that's the thing, Star Wars is a Disney property now. And Leia almost meets the criteria for Disney princess. She's a princess, she was included in an original film, the movie she was in was super successful, the only box she didn't check was, well, she isn't animated. But still, what character is as iconic as Princess Leia? This isn't really an argument just to put her in Wreck-It Ralph 2. After all, with the loss of Carrie Fisher, it would be inappropriate to recast her voice. But giving Leia the official title of Disney Princess and possibly putting her in as a small Easter egg somewhere in Wreck-It Ralph 2's internet setting might have been cool. Then again, maybe it's better only animated characters can claim the title. What do you think? Which of these characters do you think should be given the official title of Disney Princess? Which ones would you have liked to have seen included in Wreck-It Ralph 2? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to get notifications whenever we upload. But most importantly, stay wicked.